Hello and welcome to this session on empowering local governments using ArcGIS Hub. During this session, we're going to talk about how the ArcGIS Hub product can be used to help organize communities and organizations around initiatives, data, and technology. Hi, I'm Kyle Wickstrom. I'm from ProWest & Associates, and I'm looking forward to teaching you about Hub today. First, a little bit about ProWest. So we are a location technology company where we specialize in state and local government organizations focusing on land records. We have staff on hand from data developers, application specialists, solutions engineers, and project managers, as well as many more. We're Minnesota based and we've been here for over 30 years, and we've been an industry leader and an Esri partner for nearly all of those years. Let's dive right into it and talk a little bit about ArcGIS Hub. We're going to talk about an overview. We're going to look at Esri's Equitable Property Value Hub initiative. And then we're going to talk about land records and some other ways that Hub is being used in various industries. An overview of ArcGIS Hub. So Hub is a part of the Esri Geospatial Cloud, and it's designed to be an easy to configure engagement platform. It organizes people, data, and technology through data-driven initiatives, and it enables you to share the story behind your data. It can be used by any type of organization of any size to help maximize your engagement, inform constituents, enable collaboration, and help to share your authoritative data. A lot of organizations are leveraging their existing technology and data and using it to work together to accomplish their unique objectives and goals. So a little bit about what Hub can do. ArcGIS Hub helps to share open data. You can create unlimited websites through ArcGIS Online. You can organize a hub around your initiatives and your goals. It can enable collaboration amongst public citizens or groups of individuals. It can also be used to help inspire action, leading people to come to a certain conclusion or drive them to perform an action based on the information that you're sharing with them. And you can benefit from a fully functional comprehensive system when you couple it with products like ArcGIS Enterprise. There's two types of license levels with ArcGIS Hub. There's Basic, which comes with your typical ArcGIS Online organization subscription. You can share different types of data through that sort of basic license, and you have unlimited site creation capabilities. Hub Premium enables you to get access to ready-to-use Hub initiatives. So these are initiative templates that have been set up by Esri and others within ArcGIS Online, and they're giving you the ability to take those templates and set those up within your organization. You can also create and manage events for your users to follow and sign up for. You can invite external collaborators to your Hub initiative. So if you have partners within the community or at other organizations, you can set up collaborative users for those individuals to take advantage of. You can also use Hub Premium to stay in touch with those users. You can send out notifications and you can engage in two-way communication with that Hub community. The Equitable Property Value Hub is a Hub initiative that is a configuration of Hub Premium designed to help increase public awareness of your land records and tax data. It's also designed to help users get more seamless access to your authoritative tax assessment and CAMA data. It's designed to help you understand the property tax assessment process and understand the workflows that go into making a property assessment. It's designed to deliver focused information products for taxpayers, real estate professionals, and property owners. So what do you get with the Equitable Property Value Hub initiative? Well, one, you get the Hub initiative, which includes that group of users. It includes things like the Hub template to help get you going quickly and easily. It also comes with the Hub site application. So that's the page itself, which is easy to change and to modify to make it your organization's own, whether that be through branding, adding in additional applications, changing the verbiage that you may see. You can truly make the EPV, Equitable Property Value Hub, your own. It also comes with an ArcGIS Hub community organization. So this is an additional ArcGIS Online organization that is used to house and track those community users that come with Hub Premium. A little bit about how the Equitable Property Value Hub initiative is laid out. So initially you have your header and your purpose, that identity that says, why does this hub have value and what can it bring to you, the user? It also has analysis and KPIs, or a report card of how well you are doing in your department, or perhaps a snapshot of your data for those end users. You can also use this to provide background and tools for your users to get a little more information about how your workflow processes work, or if you want to provide tools for those users that make their lives a little easier, such as calculating estimated tax, you could include those tools here as well. And then you have your maps and applications. That is a curated collection of the maps, applications, and other information products that you are using to support your Equitable Property Value Hub and to share the information with those end users that they may be requesting. You can also make your data available through the open data capabilities. This gives users with more knowledge of what to do with data, whether it is a spatial layer, your tax parcel data, or maybe even tabular information and PDFs. It gives them the ability to get access to that raw data. It also includes the ability to share those calendar events to make sure users know about gatherings that you maybe have, or perhaps virtual events to share information about assessment, maybe even appeals boards. You can also provide a section that enables users to collaborate with you. Essentially what this is it's giving that individual the ability to create a community user through which they can follow your Hub initiative and learn about updates. Finally, there's contact and contribution information, whether that be information about how to reach out to your local assessment board or your board of equalization, or even your recorder or whoever is doing that tracking or the assessment information at your local government. You can also use this section to provide users the ability to contribute information back to you, the department or the county or local government. The example in the Equitable Property Value Hub is a solution designed to help users submit an appeal or a protest to their own assessed property value. And then finally, you can provide your branded organizational and contact information. Let's take a look at the Equitable Property Value Hub initiative. So what we're looking at right now is the Equitable Property Value Hub initiative template. So this is an example of what you could expect to see should you adopt this Hub initiative. You can see that this page states the purpose, the identity of the page. It provides KPIs or a snapshot of the local government data at that point in time. It gives the opportunity to explain how assessment works at that local government. Here it has the section with the tools that explain how you can calculate something like your estimated tax liability. If you were to type in a value into this tool, you'd get a calculated result. So if I were to type in 1,500, you can see that my estimated tax is displayed to me right there on the screen. The property applications is a great location to share the different maps, apps, and other types of content that's related to your initiative, whether it be a tax parcel viewer to look up your property information, tax reports, assessment data, and things like that. There's also My Tax Distribution, which is designed to help users understand where their tax dollars are going within their local government. There's the Floodplain Inquiry application, and its purpose is to help users discover whether or not their property is affected by FEMA floodplain boundaries. And then there's the Residential Comp Finder, designed to help users and property buyers and sellers understand what have comparable property sales gone for in that local neighborhood to perhaps make a better property assessment value or a sale price on a property they may be interested in. The property data section, again, gives users the ability to download the data that's being used in those maps and those apps. That can be the tax parcel layer, the sales data. If you're sharing information about foreclosures or the appeals that you're receiving, you can share those as well. The community events calendars, where users can click on an event that may be in their neighborhood or in their region that they are interested in attending, and they could follow that and add that to their own calendar. Users can get involved by following this initiative and engaging in that two-way communication between you and those community users. So if they want to find out about things that are changing within property assessment or equitable property, you can send out those notifications to those users. And they can get information about contacting their assessor or whoever is in charge or the authority over tax assessment. They can also use the appeals application to submit that protest to a property appeal. So now, as we went through the Equitable Property Value Hub, you saw several different applications that are being used within that hub. Now, these are standalone applications that you can set up for your organization and then include them in that hub initiative template. Those include the Tax Parcel Viewer, the Residential Comp Finder, My Tax Distribution, Floodplain Inquiry, and the Property Tax Assessment Appeal. Now, what may not have been evident was there was at least one other application being used in that hub template, and that was a Survey 123 form, Tax Liability Calculator. That too is an application that you can create and embed right on that template page. There's also Open Data, which isn't necessarily an application unto itself. It's more of a capability that's offered with Hub, and you can choose to add open data capabilities to your hub site and then share the data for download right on that page. Some requirements for these various applications. Really, it's more like considerations. Do you have things in place to support your Equitable Property Value Hub or your various applications? Think about the Tax Parcel Viewer and My Tax Distribution. Do you have your parcel data in place with your tax data and the tax distribution data about how many taxes are being paid? The Residential Comp Finder is expecting that you have tax sale points generated from your tax parcels joined with recent sales information. Floodplain Inquiry is looking for your tax parcels as well as a layer that represents the FEMA floodplain boundaries. Property Tax Assessment Appeal is going to expect that you support or want to offer digital or electronic submission of property tax assessment appeals processes. Now, one consideration to make with an application such as that one is it offers a way for citizens to submit information through your hub site. You'll need to consider what you want to do with that information once it is submitted, perhaps in an internal application designed for staff to receive those appeals and protests. The Tax Liability Calculator. Knowing how you calculate estimated tax for the various property throughout your jurisdiction will be important to document and to use when you're setting up a tax liability calculator to make sure that you get the algorithms set up correctly. And then Open Data. Making sure that you've considered what types of data you want to make available, whether it's layers, spreadsheets, tables, or even PDFs and other documents. Knowing what information that you want to share and how you are going to share it through your hub is also important. So that's a very specific look at a hub that is focused on property and land records. But what I want to do is take a look at a couple of other hubs that have been set up for various other departments whose purpose is to bring together a collection of maps, apps, data, and the background story to help communicate the picture that staff are trying to help share with their communities. Polk County, Minnesota is one county who has implemented the Equitable Property Value Hub, and you can see, just as we reviewed the information in the template, we can see those spaces being filled by information that's important to Polk County. Polk County is in a rather rural setting, and some information about its property include agricultural land, vacant land that they are trying to get on the tax rolls and things like that. So that's how they're creating their snapshot for their analysis and KPIs. For understanding how they value property, they have linked to 2 documents provided by the state revenue system that describe how the assessor estimates the market value of a property and how to understand your taxes. The county is working through its algorithm for determining tax liability. And you can see here, this tax liability calculator is set up to be the default calculator as shown in the hub template. This calculator will be including the county's own variables to determine estimated tax. In the property applications, you can see that the county is sharing one additional application through this section, and that is a sales search. So this is actually the county's traditional sales search portal provided by the vendor who is tracking that sales information for them. They are sharing their parcel sales and sales data, and they will be looking at what other types of land record data they do want to share as well. I described how that community events calendar works. You see that we don't have any community events in here right now, but it is super easy for Hub Premium users to go in and create these events to share with the community about their organization. So if I were to go into my Hub landing page, you can see I get the option to create an event. I can upload an image that perhaps best represents that event. I can give it an event title, a description, select which of my Hub initiatives it's related to, who the contact information is, and I can describe the details such as where, when will it be, is there a start time and an end time. I can even indicate if it's a virtual event or in person. And when you save those events, those will appear in the community events section. Again, users can follow your initiative and get updates about your Hub initiative. And then there's information how to contact the county assessor, as well as information about starting the appeals process. So that focused largely on land records, and your Hub can bring together any of the content that you use to tell the story of land records within your organization. So let's take a look at how Wadena County, Minnesota is using ArcGIS Hub to support civic engagement and promote voting in this upcoming election. So right away, the page is describing the high-level importance and the value of this page. So the county has some priorities. It's to make sure voters have the best information, to get them out to vote, and to encourage them to interact with their elected officials. Some common information that is shared through the elections office is the location of commissioner districts and the elected representative information. If we were to click on Find My Commissioner, we are presented with a map of the commissioner districts, and you can select your location or the location of interest to learn who that district's commissioner may be. The next applications we're going to show are focusing on the county's desire to share where its general and primary election polling places are located. Now keep in mind that this information may change election to election, and particularly this year, due to the public health pandemic that we're in, this information is super critical to share with voters across the county. So this application can be used by the citizen or the voter to search for or select their voting precinct and learn where they go to vote. So if I were to select this location out here in Lyons Township, the map is showing me not only what district am I in and my district information, but it's showing me where I go to vote and providing me the details about that particular polling place. And here we are getting the hours information, which the county has chosen to share. Now, for some voting jurisdictions that are perhaps doing mail balloting this year, you can accommodate that as well. So if we were to go south here down to, let's say down to Bullard Town Hall, let's click on that precinct. Well, it looks like they're voting in person too. They offer that option. Let's go up here to North Germany Township. Let's select that township precinct. I guess they too are voting in person. Let's click on a couple more here. I know there are mail ballot precincts in Wadena County. Here we go. So the city of Aldridge, we can see that they are a mail ballot precinct, and we can make that information really upfront and easy to understand. We're giving that user an indicator that they're living in a mail ballot precinct and where those ballots should be sent. As we go through the page, we can see that the county is sharing its elections data. So for users who are looking to download data such as the voting precincts, the voting locations, or the elected representative districts, they can look up that data. They're providing key elections dates to the voters to get them out and vote. And they're also taking advantage of the ability to answer some frequently asked questions that are coming into that department, such as where do I vote, can I vote early, and can I see who is running for elected office? And they've provided the appropriate linkings to those online resources here. And then finally, if you have further questions about the elections process, you can contact the Auditor Treasurer's Office or even volunteer as a poll worker for some of those locations that are voting in person. And finally, let's look at Peoria County, Illinois, where the city and county's joint health department wanted to use Hub to bring together its years of opioid awareness data and tell a story to the community at large with that data to help them understand the large picture. So you can see here, there's information about just some high-level statistics. What's the current status of opioid use within the country? And then they're providing their mission. They're giving the backstory of how things have come to the state that they're in. And then they've embedded a dashboard that is pulling in their use data. So here we can see in 2019, there were perhaps 755 total cases, along with these other statistics. And then there's different charts and applications and maps that are being used to help further tell the story of opioid use within the county and city. And then there's additional narratives being provided to help you users and viewers of this hub site truly understand the idea that the county and city is trying to share and to help get them to perform an action, such as engaging in community outreach or helping to promote awareness around this particular tragedy. And then they're offering several applications that help support this initiative, such as where to find pain relief practitioners, where to drop off unwanted prescription drugs, where are the treatment facilities. They're also providing information about who are the local agencies beyond the local government who are helping to address this issue in the community. And then they are providing their live Twitter feed through this page as well. And again, some contact information. So through these examples, you can see how several local government organizations are using ArcGIS Hub to tell the story behind its data, to help provide some context, put a little meat on the bones of that data. So oftentimes we can look at data and we may be expected to come up with our own answers, but sometimes those answers may not actually be very well informed. ArcGIS Hub allows you to not only bring the data together and to lay it out and design it in a way that's easily understood, but it can also inspire the correct answers and the correct actions that you want your viewers to take after. I hope you've enjoyed this session on ArcGIS Hub and how several local governments are leveraging that technology. And if you do have any further questions or desire some follow-up to learn more about Hub, I've put my contact information here on the slide, as well as the contact information for our business development manager. And please feel free to reach out to either one of us. We hope you've had a good conference and have a great day.